to the second episode of On the Rodens. This week we started out at Canyonlands National Park, which is about 40 to 45 minutes outside of Moab, Utah, where we were at Arches National Park. Canyonlands National Park is kind of like a mini Grand Canyon, and it was so awesome. Take a look.
Alright, so today we are in our second day in the Moab area, and we are at Canyonlands National Park, which we just have got in here, but it's absolutely gorgeous. If you can see behind us, look at this awesome canyon that is back here. It's super windy today. I don't know if it's always windy in this area, but it has been so windy. Constant winds, 20 to 25, gusts over 30. So it's been kind of just brutal. It's kind of chilly out here today. But we're going to check out Canyonlands and see if there's more beautiful landscape like this right here.
About gusting at a 25 to 30 miles per hour. Temperature is about 75 degrees. The sun is at a 33-degree elevation.
So this has been going on for about 5 minutes now. She's just been making fun of me for the way I'm doing intro videos to the park.
A meteorologist.
Said I'm like a nerd or something. Talk about that. So maybe I'll guess less.
8,000 something elevation.
I guess I'll give less statistics about the temperature and the wind and that sort of stuff from now on, since
Winds are blowing north-northwest.
Oh hush.
With
whatever.
5 mile per hour
See, look, now the winds are blowing hard. You can't even hear the video because of it. That's why I'm giving that. This is my life, people.
Awkward.
We've been driving a good bit, and it's really nice for Callie to be able to get out of the car and move around a little bit.
And the winds are 20 to 25 miles per hour.
But she's playing with the ants, she's touching all the plants, she's crawling on rocks. I think that she thinks that these rocks are like, for her, are enormous, like she's scaling some big mountainside, but she is loving playing outside today. So overall, we've really loved Canyonlands. It's absolutely gorgeous. Compared to Arches, I actually think it's prettier. Problem is, there's a lot less parking here. It's a lot less developed than Arches. Arches is easy to find a parking spot, get in and out. Here, I mean, we've literally driven around in circles. However, what you are benefited with here are views like this. I mean, look at this place.
After Canyonlands National Park, we went to the north rim of the Grand Canyon. We've already been to the Grand Canyon before. We went to the south rim last time we went to the Grand Canyon. So this time we decided to go to the north rim of the Grand Canyon, which is so much different than the south rim of the Grand Canyon. It is so crazy. When you go to the north rim of the Grand Canyon, you're not close to anything. You're about 45 minutes from any kind of gas station, any kind of anything. And it's it's remote, it's very calm, there's not many people there. It was really awesome. Also, when we got back into the national park, there was this lodge and there was like little shops and stores and food and all kinds of stuff at this lodge, which was really, really cute. We loved the North Rim of the Grand Canyon just because of how less touristy it was and how little amount of people that were actually at the North Rim.
Alright, so we're at the North Rim of the Grand Canyon, and we had got to the visitor center and we saw there was a little hike walk thing out to, I think it was called Angel's Landing or something similar. If not, I'll put the right thing in here on the video. So we thought it was just gonna be like a little, hey, walk over here and see the pretty views. Ends up being quite a strenuous hike for us people out of shape. It's not like a crazy extraneous hike, but it is down and back up. So some people in our party are struggling, as you can see.
Well, I'm having to carry the baby.
She thinks this is the first time she's carried the baby, literally, so don't let her play that junk on you. But also, Mom's kind of struggling a little bit back there too. But we just went through the downhill part, so now we're about to start back up the uphill. So the reason I want to say all this was, if you are planning on in the North Rim walking out to this viewpoint from the visitor center, do be prepared. It is kind of a little bit more of a strenuous hike. It's not long, but it is pretty uphill and downhill changing. So apparently from where I'm standing all the way out there is 65 miles across. It doesn't look like that. It's kind of actually hard for your mind to grasp, but all the way across over there is 65 miles from here. I do notice who is having to carry the baby the whole way. Y'all heard Sydney whining about having to carry a backpack. This is way worse. Alright, so y'all are going to be seeing her in her hiking backpack a good bit, but don't be throwing me under the bus saying that I'm not able to carry her, or that Sydney's probably always going to be doing that and she's doing all the work. Look, here's the deal. We tried this thing on and I'm so skinny that the stupid straps wouldn't tighten up around my waist, so all her weight was on my shoulder. Like, the straps wouldn't even go tight enough. So what ends up happening is Sydney gets to carry Callie on her back because, as she said, oh, it's so easy, I don't even feel her there. So
all the weight's on my waist. I don't feel any weight on my shoulders at all.
But I did. So she's the one that gets to carry her.
So from the Grand Canyon, we went to Las Vegas, which was probably about 4 hours from the Grand Canyon. Las Vegas is where we went on our honeymoon 6 years ago. So we loved Las Vegas and we have always wanted to go back. So that's one reason, really pretty much the only reason why we're making this stop while we're on our way to Oregon, because we just love Las Vegas. Our first day in Las Vegas, we went over to the Hoover Dam, and we went there last time, but we really just wanted to take Renee there, Jeremy's mom. So we went over to the Hoover Dam, and Jeremy was actually kind of nervous about getting Callie out, but we put her in her stroller and just kind of checked out the Hoover Dam, which was really awesome.
All right, so we are in Las Vegas. This is our second day here. We just got kind of in late yesterday evening, not super late, but 5 or 6 o'clock. Went down to Fremont Street last night, which is a very interesting place. If you've never been down there, some interesting people. Our poor daughter has seen some things that she cannot unsee. She saw a hobo drink a half-drank beer out of the trash can. She literally just walked over there, picked out a trash can, and started drinking it. She saw a really cheap, ratchet, don't know what better word to describe it, Minnie Mouse that was really like a scary-looking Minnie Mouse. It's just like a very stressful environment down there. We didn't stay there long. We went down there just to see the light show over the street. So we did that last night. Today we are headed now to Hoover Dam, see Hoover Dam, and then later tonight we'll walk the main strip there where all the main hotels are, see the show at the Bellagio, see the water show there, go into Venetian and all those kind of places down there. But for today we're going to Hoover Dam. Mom's never been before. Sydney and I have been before. Mom's not been, so we're gonna check that out and see. It's super hot outside. Also, gas prices have went up ridiculous since we left. It used to cost me $70 to fill up the truck. It cost me $90-something to fill up the truck here. So we literally left at like the worst time possible for gas. But we're still gonna explore some, see Vegas today, and try to stay cool. So we're walking out to the Hoover Dam, and we've got Callie. As you can see, we got Callie in the stroller. It's been really stressful for me thinking about bringing her out here to the Hoover Dam. When I show you the drop off here in a minute, you'll understand why. So it's been kind of a sphincter tightening thought having her out here. So we decided to put her in her stroller, which she's loving being in her stroller anyway. But it is super hot and way more crowded than it was last time I was here. Alright, so this is dad life for you. The girls are, I don't know if you can see it, they're so far back over there. They are at the visitor center there. So what dad got to do was walk 3/4 of a mile to a mile up that mountain up there. We're parked way at the top. So dad gets to walk all the way up there and get the car and go back and pick up the girls. Hashtag dad life. Alright, and on another point, I didn't prepare adequately for today. I wasn't thinking that we had a park so far away, so I am in my rainbow flip-flops, which I'm a huge rainbow flip-flop guy, but I've walked a solid mile down there, now a mile back up to the spot that we parked. I did not prepare. So if you are coming to Hoover Dam, be prepared, get some shoes on, get some sunscreen, bring some water, because it might be a pretty good walk from your car to the actual dam. So don't be like me. I'm full of rookie moves this past couple weeks, but come prepared.
Walking down the strip in Las Vegas, we love going into the hotels and just checking things out. Some of our favorite hotels were the New York, the Bellagio, and the Venetian. The New York is where we stayed while we were on our honeymoon, so we just went back in there just for old time's sake. But it was really cool. I love the outside of the New York. It's probably the coolest one on the outside. The Bellagio is my favorite. I love the water show at the Bellagio. I could sit there and just watch it over and over and over again. Callie was not so sure what to think about it. She kind of liked it, but was kind of not sure about it just because every now and then it'd make a boom, but she liked it for the most part. Inside the Bellagio is also really cool. They've got like all kinds of plants that are made into sculptures and like blown glass and all kinds of stuff like that. Is really cool. Inside the Venetian is also really cool because you feel like you're outside in Venice, Italy. The way they've got the ceiling painted and the walls painted and the floor painted, it just feels like you're actually in Italy. It's so cool. They have a gondola ride that goes right down the middle of the hotel, and we didn't take a gondola ride, but it's really, really awesome. While we were walking down the strip, it actually takes a good while to get from one side of the strip to the other. We actually didn't leave there until midnight or so, which for Callie was way too late. I hated having her out that late. I mean, she did fall asleep in her stroller finally. She was really good. She enjoyed it. She loved all the lights and just checking everything out, but it was just way too late for her to be out. Her bedtime's usually 8 or 8:30, so being out till midnight is really late for her. So while we were in Las Vegas, we decided that we were gonna eat out somewhere. And when we are places and we are talking about eating out, the first thing we do is look up where Guy Fieri has eaten at. So the first place that we ate at was John Mole's Roadkill Diner, and we put this place in the GPS, and it started taking us through these neighborhoods, and it was like, your destination is 3/4 a mile on the right, and we're back in this neighborhood, and we're like, this is not right. We're gonna end up at someone's house. Well, 3/4 a mile on the right, there was the restaurant, and it was amazing. It had the best barbecue, and Jeremy got some rib tips, and they were amazing. If you're in Las Vegas, I would highly recommend checking it out. Another restaurant we ate at while we were in Las Vegas was Abuela's Tacos. It wasn't one of Guy Fieri's restaurants, but it was a very highly rated restaurant on Yelp, so we decided to go ahead and check it out. It was a Mexican restaurant, and it was actually very, very good. So if you're in Las Vegas, I also recommend trying that out if you like Mexican food. While you're in Las Vegas, you definitely have to do the touristy thing and go to the sign, get your picture made. While we were there, Callie was so adorable. There was a bachelorette party right behind us, and they just were loving her and thought she was the cutest thing ever. We also went down to Fremont Street one night just to check out the lights and everything, the light show that they have going on, and there is some crazy stuff down on Fremont Street. I am not even going to get into all the stuff that you see, but I will just tell you, as a parent, I had so much guilt in bringing my 18-month-old down to Fremont Street. It was just crazy. But the light show was really cool. It is a cool experience, but the light show that we saw on Fremont Street was a Green Day light show, which was really cool. So at the end of our trip, Jeremy and I realized that Vegas is much different with an 18-month-old. We loved Vegas before we came here. Now we're both kind of like, I don't know that I'll ever come back to Vegas again with a baby. Vegas with a baby is not very fun. So if you are thinking about going to Vegas, don't take a baby. It's much more fun without a baby. Thanks for watching the second episode of On the Rodens. If you like it, click like. You can leave us a comment, share it, subscribe. Please do all of that. Also, be on the lookout for our next episode next week at Sunday at 5 o'clock. We are going to be in Rodens National Park, which is our favorite place so far.
You want to pray?
Pray.
All right, put your hands together. Say, Jesus, thank you for food.
Amen.
For the food. For food. For food. For food.
Amen.
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 Yay! Good job.